Hello everyone, welcome to day 4 in Hawaii. You're looking at the Kilauea National Wildlife Refuge. That's Kilauea Point and the Kilauea Lighthouse. Our goal today was to do some birding, but this refuge was closed. So we saw a few birds in there and then headed over to the Hanalei Refuge. The first bird to take note of is the red-footed booby. Yes, that's its name. I've never seen this bird before, but it's in very copious numbers here at the refuge, and they're quite beautiful to watch. Our next stop was over at the Hanalei National Wildlife Refuge. This is a hot birding spot on the north shore of Kauai, and I got to see a number of species that I've never seen before in my lifetime. And this is one of the most enjoyable aspects of birding to me, and also the photography. I've gotten to work on my photography skills, and all of the pictures of birds you see in this video, those were taken by me. You can see off to the left here the Hanalei River, and there's a number of people that are paddling down the river, and also other birders that are stopping just to take a look at the wildlife that is seen here. Here's a cattle egret. They're very common and seen along the farmlands and other areas. We also see here the black-necked stilt, which is a Hawaiian bird, and I have not seen those before either. They're quite pretty with their black and white plumage. They're eating some things out of the mud there. This is the black-crowned night heron. It's a predatory bird that eats things like snakes and fish that it finds in these farmland areas. We also saw a tundra swan in Kauai, and these are quite rare for the area. We do see these in Alaska. I thought possibly it could be a whistling swan because that is a Eurasian variety that does come over to Hawaii at times, and it has a very yellow beak. So I'm going to have to leave that one to the experts for determination of exactly what it was. These little birds with the stout bills are called chestnut munias. They're an Asian variety of passerine bird, and they're very common in Kauai. Next we're going to come up on the Hawaiian coot, and they have a striking white bill and forehead. And lastly the nene, or the Hawaiian goose, which is endemic to Hawaii and a very unique species to see. So now we're done with birds, and it's time to head to the beach.
So hey guys, we're heading down to Kalahiwai Beach, which is not too far from Princeville, and it's one of the lesser known beaches, probably mostly frequented by locals. It's pretty big with the surfing scene. They do get some pretty good waves there, and get the view of it right over here. And there's the beach down there. Few waves rolling in. So guys, today didn't turn out quite like I wanted it to. We wanted to start out the day with birding at Kilauea Point and the National Wildlife Refuge there, also seeing the Kilauea Lighthouse. And as it turned out, it was closed. So it's not open until Tuesday at 10 a.m. So that plan for Sunday was kind of shot. We were also going to kind of go to the beach down there in that area. So since that was closed, we decided to go do some birding just from the lookout near the top of the road there, and we saw quite a few new species there. And then we went over to another national wildlife refuge in the valley near Hanalei, kind of the Hanalei River Valley. Saw some taro fields there, and actually quite a few nice new species there that I hadn't seen before. And so that was fun. The kids were a little bored sitting in the car, but a few of them joined in and participated a little bit. And then I was kind of hoping for some beach time this afternoon, but the kids were tired of sitting in the car and just wanted to go to the swimming pool at the resort, so that was fine. Left them off, and then I came down here to this beach and did some reading on my Kindle, and just enjoyed watching the surfers a little bit. This is a big surfing beach, so we'll get back into it tomorrow, and hopefully we can find some good beaches to go to and We've been a little frustrated because the snorkeling hasn't been open because of the surf, but I guess the surfers love that. Found this little trailhead. Hike up and see what's up here. Probably a viewpoint. So this is a neat little place. It actually looks like they have chocolate growing there. The fruit that are on the stems there, if I'm not mistaken. And looks to me like a lemon tree in a garden. A rusty little house there. Just look at this little valley. Just picture perfect. Beautiful places here in Hawaii. I think this would be the kind of house I'd like to live in. Very trim and neat, well groomed, and overlooking the ocean. Look how they use the lava rock for the walls, neatly trimmed. It's just so green.
On Hawaii 56 north for 4 miles.
So it was fun watching the surfers do their thing out there. Looks like a lot of fun. Probably something I'd have to do if I lived here. Kind of like snowboarding or skiing back home. Gonna head back to the resort now. It's starting to rain and done with being on the beach today. One of the things that we got to do earlier today, as I was telling you about the lighthouse being closed and that part of the refuge being closed, we drove along a street that was a kind of a border between farmland and homes that were on the bluff overlooking the ocean, and you could really not see much other than that there were some very nice houses behind some fences and very nicely trimmed green barriers. But looking on Google Maps, I could see that these nice houses we were looking at were probably just outbuildings, maybe quarters for the workers there. The actual homes are huge mansions overlooking the water, and they're surrounded by orchards and landscape greens. And I know there's a lot of celebrities, even A-list celebrities, that live here on the island, and I imagine those homes we were looking at, one of them's for sale, and I did read that Julia Roberts has put her home on the north shore of Kauai up for sale, so I wonder if we were looking at Julia Roberts' property. So kind of neat area to look at and see what it must be like for the very wealthy to live there. Very quiet, secluded, with fantastic views and surrounded by gardens of greenery. One of the things I wanted to do is show you the Princeville Airport. This is the airport building. Aviation is an interest of mine wherever I go. This does not look like a very active airport. One of the things I really find enjoyable about Hawaii is there's often no separation between the indoors and the outside. Whereas in Alaska, we always have to be very careful to seal everything for keeping warm. The outside is warm here. Inside is outside. So I don't see a lot of activity on the airport here, but it does have a 3,500 foot asphalt runway. So I imagine a lot of the celebrities that come to the area might use it to get up to their North Shore abodes. The 3,500 foot length is enough for a light jet or a personal jet like a Phenom 300 or a Cessna Citation to both land and take off from. So I imagine celebrities wouldn't want to be taking a car from the Lihue airport. They could take a helicopter, but likely this is a airport that's here for the well-to-do, as well as the people who want to take helicopter trips. Okay, this is the turn into the Princeville Resort. And those tall, straight conifers you see are called Cook's Pines. And from what I understand, they often do lean a little bit, and they lean toward the equator in the northern hemisphere, and also toward the equator in the southern hemisphere, so south and north respectively. I believe they were planted by the early explorers in the 1800s to provide them with straight poles to use as masts on their ships. So if they go and plant those trees and then they come back in many years, they may be big enough to replenish a broken mast on a ship. Might be big enough to replace a broken mast on a ship. So they're not native to Hawaii, but they are native to New Caledonia, which is in the Pacific. I'm just going to show you the route here into the St. Regis Hotel, which is sort of the principal luxury hotel in this area, and take a look at that as we drive in. So this whole town is built around the golf course. The Makai Golf Club is off to the left, and makes for some nice views from people's homes and adds a lot of value to the area. I don't play golf, but I read that it's $200 to play around a golf there. Hotel. Valet parking. These are pretty cool looking condos overlooking the water. Very modern looking. Okay guys, up here on the left is where we're staying. These are the plantation villas. And the golf course is right over here to the right. Just go ahead and pull in. a nice little development of condos, essentially. They're basically apartments. They have 3 bedrooms and kitchen and living room and a nice lanai or outdoor deck. But they're not townhouses because they're upper floors and lower floors. They're like a quadruplex. But nice little neighborhood. They have gardeners that keep everything groomed nicely. Fitness center, swimming pool, hot tub, garage parking, which is nice. And we are just right around here. All their little walls are made out of lava rock, which is the stone that we have on this island. And here's our unit.